like everybody nowadays, Hollywood. Oh, it's like that now? I'ma show you how to act now. I'ma show them how to act. I'ma show you. I'ma show them how to act. Okay, now picture little Bobby, just a younger run around with his man's in his hand, feeling like a man. Run, put it to your brain like. Everybody know you ain't about it. Everything you talk about, I know I can live without it. Red light, stop, green light, go. Everything ain't what it seem like. I know. Hold up, what you mean? Where you been?
Hello, everybody. I'm Larry Ridley. This is Madden 18 on EA Sports. Today, we'll see a team that can get it done on the ground. The Rams are top 10 in rushing TDs, and they'll go up against the Eagles team that wants to keep the running game in check.
All right, Larry, thank you very much. We are pleased, as always, to be bringing you coverage of the National Football League presented by EA Sports. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Philadelphia Eagles and the Los Angeles Rams. The final playoff push is upon us. It's week 12 of the NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line. This is Isaiah Crowell. And he stopped immediately there. Calling no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. They'll run it again with Crowell. And not a whole lot to speak of there as they'll bring him down shy of the 20. Just a gain of a yard there, and now it'll be third down. And the defense searches for one more stop here after the run on second down. Now a play fake, and it's gone. Eagle pressure, too much this time. Down he goes. Oh, free safety blitz, that can be a gamble, but it proves fruitful there.
Yeah, you're exactly right about the gamble because oftentimes the free safety is the last line of defense against a long pass. And when he comes at the quarterback, he'd better get home and make the play. Otherwise, a big play could result for the offense.
That's pulled in at the 32. That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And the Eagles will have it, taking over first and 10. Wentz now on first down. This one caught left side by Cooper. And he'll take this forward for 2, maybe 3. But we do have a flag down, and they're already marching backward. That hold coming from the left side of the line.
Hands got caught in the cookie jar on that one, and the flag came out. Penalty against him.
Now Wentz. Oh, he's going to take a shot right. And got his man complete. And he's finally taken down, but not before getting across midfield and across the 45-yard line. Those are the kinds of plays right there that show you why he's the number 3 man in the NFL in terms of receiving yards.
Also tells you there's a full combination of what he's got going in his game. You name it, from route running to catching the football. That's why he's able to produce those types of numbers.
Here's the first carry for Tariq Cohen. Oh, look at the juke. And he gets this one all the way down inside the 15. A big run there, 29 yards and a first.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
Wentz going to throw. And that's going to be caught for an Eagles touchdown. O.J. Howard with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Eagles have taken the early lead. One of the keys to their long winning streak has been scoring first. An ideal drive right there, getting the first 6 points of the ball game.
Do you go back to our meeting with the offensive coordinator? Remember what he told us?
Absolutely.
With some teams, I script to probe in the early part of the game. Other teams, I script to attack. They've been in attack mode for these ball games and continue that in this one.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. Here's the Los Angeles offense as they get set to take possession. And to be frank, they're just in a tough spot. It's only November, already eliminated from playoff contention. I know their fan base doesn't want to hear that, but that's the case. What are they fighting for now going forward?
You know exactly what they're fighting for. Is that word that some people don't want to hear, but it's pride.
Draft. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I was going to go draft, but taking it right down Broadway. And all the way down to the 35. A huge play that time for the Rams. And even 40 yards.
There will always be a place for methodically marching the ball downfield. But when you can pick it up in big chunks and strike like that, have explosive plays, that's often the difference in winning and losing. Those types of plays that can knock a defense off balance, that'll drive a team towards a victory.
The numbers for Crowell in last week's game. 23 carries, 92 yards.
And they love what they've got in him. He's the number 4 rusher in the league right now, so you know that you have to account for him on defense, which means you can play complementary football as well. Throw the play action, get it out to the wide receivers, because they should have some open space, because the defense will key on it.
Encroachment defense.
Ain't fucking done every year.
And he did, wanting that quick takeoff as the ball was
What's that?
I think sometimes those big guys on offense, they're pretty
I bet.
too, right? They make those little sudden moves or those little subtle moves that get you to jump.
To throw on second down is gone.
You see the same motherfucking done every year.
He did the first one, that was the best one.
Trey, you can hear me, bro?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
These guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line.
What y'all on?
Hey, I don't lie. That nigga Drake finna go down as one of the hardest rappers ever lived.
Ever to live, nigga. Guys playing.
Nah, that nigga a motherfucker. Like. That nigga Baby Wayne.
That was much talked about, you said.
It certainly was. I don't think it was as big a deal as people made it out to be.
That nigga crying talking to the little nigga, dog. That shit crazy. That nigga Drake on his whole crying talking to the little nigga, dog.
Nigga had $1 million budget, nigga.
Nigga spent all that money on that house. Taking care of those people.
You went in it. Ain't no lie down, bro. They hold my nigga Dennis Smith Jr. last night though, boy. On some real shit.
Yeah.
My nigga probably win that hoe.
I ain't gonna lie, I thought Vince Carter, Victor was gonna win it.
Yeah. Hey, if he wouldn't have missed that first dunk where he wasn't looking at the goal, bro, that was 50, bro. That was a 50. Bro.
Yeah, I'm telling you. Yeah, man, he did the same shit last time.
Yeah, boy, is it?
Right here at the two still. That time come up on two.
Where y'all at, Brandon?
Up at the two's court.
Oh, that's what I think.
Play to start the drive got him in this position, but this defense has held firm since, and now it's
We're going out. 18-8 right here. Oh no, other one. I'm tripping.
the kicker. This has to come out for the PAT.
Oh, that nigga top.
Relief as well.
I gotta look at this whole video and then drag a motherfucker.
Yeah, that hoe what's up, bro. That hoe what's up, bro. Then they got him and AB in sacks, you dig? Doing their thing.
Bro. You ain't bullshit, man.
Yeah, nah, that ain't bullshit. You watching the game tonight, nigga?
Oh, no, mate. I ain't watch Dunk until last night.
Down, bro, they had two people from the NBA judging, and then they had celebrities judging, bro. That shit was wet.
Hey, them really tripping. They gave 50 dunk game for 50.
Thank you, bro. But hey, once I had seen that Larry Nance dunk in slow motion, I was like, that hoe was nice. Though.
Yeah, they. You talking about when he did the crazy shit?
Yeah, nah, when he double tapped that shit, nigga.
Oh yeah.
That last dunk he did. Yeah, I thought he did too. He threw that hoe to himself twice.
Drake got everybody out there.
I only love my mama, I'm sorry. 50 dub, I even got it tatted on me. Hold up. And you know me. Told the 02 to the 03, yeah. There be no need.
Hold on, Slick ain't playing. What's up, Slick?
Oh, my fault. Shit. Go ahead.
I can move now.
I
Got that diamond now, Slick. It's a wrap.
What time?
That bitch on gold. My ankle breaker on platinum. That bitch on non-stop Hall of Fame.
You made a new nigga trash?
Yeah, I got about 93. Oh, he better pause. I put a punch on that nigga in the red. I'm gonna dunk on his ass. He gonna get it. Now I gotta watch this video again. Let me cut this bitch off. I don't wanna miss that hoe. Drake doing some amazing things.
Pull that
bitch every time Rick got that good look like. Anytime you got that good look like that, pull that hoe, Rick. I'm still gonna rebound. That's what I love to do. Oh,
that
Lord.
was a block.
Oh, Lord, dude, it's a fire. Hey, you knew we played last time? Yeah, I'm finna kill him.
Yeah, I'm on track.
I'm finna kill him. Come here, stupid. I'm finna kill you. Come here. Oh, I see you, boy. I ain't forgot about you, Brandon. Dunk on his head. I ain't forgot about you.
I bet.
Get a nigga here, bitch ass nigga. What's up? Switch that.
50 dub, I even got it tatted on me.
I'm gonna stop that. I got that. Switch that. Oh, you supposed to switch that. You gotta switch that. Slick Rick.
I got you.
We give these niggas nothing in this game. I'm ready to itch their ass. That's a block, boy.
Yeah. He got to take no out of this shit like Ryan, my shit. Still.
You better come catch that motherfucker. I'm gonna put that bitch down next time. I'm gonna tighten that ass up. I ain't played this nigga in about 3 weeks. Knock down, Rick. You know, come home, you pop his ass. Give me what they gave us last game. That silent treatment, bitch ass. Now, come here. Oh, I shouldn't have jumped. I knew your whole ass gonna do that shit. You sorry ass, bitch. You sorry ass. Hey, we ain't shying away from that, Rick. Pull his ass. We ain't gonna stop there. Keep pulling that motherfucker. Block some. Get there, Rick. Oh.
He blocked me off from getting it.
Hey.
Good. You gonna give it to him? That's me. That's me. Stupid. You love something.
$50 dub, I even got it tatted on me.
Come through the screen, Rick. Screen, Rick. Missed that motherfucker. Bitch.
Fuck shit.
Trez, you grinding today on Fortnite now?
Oh yeah, we'll get on there a little while. I just can't play 2K for a little while. Oh my god, I was about to say, bitch, that's our ball. That's our ball. I'm sorry, ass little boy. What's up, Rick? Papa, stop.
Good shit.
Yeah. That was still right there.
Yeah.
These niggas like, yo, this ain't the same team we played last time.
Ah.
Boy, stop playing. Come on, fuck out here, man. Come on,
What?
It's a block. That's been my ass. He to block my shit. Hang on, baby boy. Brandon, why you ain't cut? You could have done that a long time ago. I'm waiting on you to cut. That's why I ain't moving. Give me that, stupid.
Good D.
Oh, yeah, Rick.
Oh, right here.
Knock down. Don't worry about it. Good shot. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Good shot. You was so open, you missed it. Rebound. I'm on that, nigga. Stop playing with me. Hey, Rick, you was so open, you missed it.
Yeah.
That nigga so open, he missed it. Game time.
Shot.
Oh, I missed that house. That's my fault. That's my fault. I ain't got that shot in me now. I gotta go and get. Oh, what's up, Rick? Oh, I'm gonna punch it in. I'm gonna punch it in. Nigga thought that you gonna set them. I'm open. I'm gonna take that dunk. Let him have that. Let him take that too. We gonna take that too. Ain't give up no three. Let him have that too. Oh fuck. Chase your ass down. No, we'll take that. This shit over. Get y'all sorry ass up out of here, man. Y'all beat us last game some dry shit. Won't happen this game. Oh, come here. Oh, fuck. I tried to hit you, Rick. I tried to get that bitch up in there. He gonna shoot that nigga shot. That's my fault. I ain't gonna play. Go and get it over with, bro, for you niggas come back and win. That's my fault, Rick. I tried some silly dumb shit.
Good.
Oh, yeah, that's game time.
Foul. Damn.
$50 dub, I even got it tatted on me.
I was gonna pick up what?
Fuck.
That'll do it, Coach. Get y'all sorry about him, man. Let me walk you off. They actually do it this way, man. Like you did me last time. Come on over here, let me do like you done you last time, sucker. Come here. Come here. Bring it in. Bring it in.
Dude, you got me up.
Bring it in.
Early this morning.
Got bitch your ass on, man.
That's a hole, right?
You know that this game is sucker. Shout out for that.
I hear her like next to me, kicking her feet. That's how she wake me up.
This shit take forever to get to a 94. I think I just got 93. I believe.
Like she kicks real hard. So all you hear is
That do shit about like that.
yeah.
They're gonna be busting.
I'm like, what the hell? What is that noise? Yeah, I know it's her.
I know nobody wants to tell.
Into her crib, she be looking at small.
Be boop banging
Well, she's on my Texas right now, and we'll probably go see Black Panther today. She's doing my Texas right now. I think we gonna go see Black Panther today.
They got that deposit day for next week.
What's up, dude? You still got me that one, dude? What time? We want to see Black Panther at 6:30. Yeah.
Oh, everything good?
You doing good? I'll call you on that time, man.
Oh, okay.
Just me and Dre. Dre didn't got that too. Me and Dre, that's it.
Oh, you know,
that
shit
nigga ain't had no
happens.
after 2 weeks. He gotta get that after for sure. Alright. Alright, man. Oh my fucking god. I hate that weak ass shot. My fault, y'all. That fucking knee ass shot. That shit up out of good block.
She's good.
Weak ass shot.
I'm gonna tell you that.
I hate that gay ass shot. Knee knock ass shot. Hey, bro, what my dude is?
He got mad at that.
Yeah.
And they're able to get the connection on the long touchdown pass. And that's one of the easiest drive summaries you'll ever see. One play, touchdown. Now here's Bryant to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. And the Rams getting set to go now. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here.
Well, he kind of forced that one there, didn't he? It's almost like he predetermined where he was going to go with the football.
Yeah, he wasn't really going through progressions. He wanted to go to his top guy. You do that against this defense, they'll make you pay, won't they?
Yeah, they certainly will. They react very quickly to the thrown football.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. Eagle pressure, too much this time. Down he goes.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
Here we go. They'll set up to throw. A screen complete to Crowell. Good contain, no gain on the screen, and it'll bring up 4th down. So 2 minutes to go in a wild first half. We're back to the City of Angels after this timeout. A reminder with halftime approaching, when we get there, we'll ship you off to Orlando. Larry Ridley will have first-half highlights and analysis.
And I hope he's iced down his throat because he's got a lot to get through because we've had no shortage of points scored in the first half.
It has been a fun track meet. Here's Johnny Hacker now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. This is taken at the 23. A nice job on the return there, 16 yards. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. John Ross and the rest of the offense heading back onto the field, making his presence felt early in this one. First half, already over the century mark.
How about the yards per completion, too? That's a pretty darn good number there. Number of catches, but his shredding defense is getting big yardage with each and every one of them.
Wentz now on first down. Going deep downfield for Ross. And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off inside the 5.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
Possible run anticipation here as the D-line sandwiches together. And that is incomplete. Well, not to get too overcritical there because he knows what he's doing, but his shoulders looked a little off kilter there when he threw that.
I don't think you're being overly critical there. You're just analyzing it, and he gets those shoulders right. That pass will go from incomplete to complete.
Second down, here's Crowell. And he's going to lose yardage back to his own 1-yard line. And now the Eagles going to signal for a timeout. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. Facing the prospect of a punt from their own end zone, they need some cushion. Let's see what they can do on third down. Again, it's Crowell. No gain on the play there. A nice job defensively. And it likely forces a punt situation on 4th. Here's Johnny Hacker now. He's been terrific so far. So a short drop, but he's able to get it out, and this is a good kick. That's going to go in the books as a 55-yard punt. Well done. And out will come the offense as they take over. John Ross and the rest of the offense heading back onto the field. He might be on his way to a record-setting performance. So good here. We're only in the second quarter.
It's so interesting when we watch these types of days unfold for a receiver because they need a quarterback throwing it accurately, people to block for the quarterback, so many other variables. But, boy, he's getting it done, and in a big way. Right now, he wants to rock on every snap.
Yeah, he's counting his yards in the hundreds, not the tens. Throwing now is Wentz. Over the middle, Cooper with it. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. That catch good for 5. It's third down. Wentz now to throw. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. And now the Rams are going to halt things as they want a timeout. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. Now let's see. Yeah, the offense still out there. They elect to go on 4th and 11. Throwing is Wentz. And this is caught. Amari Cooper. And he just falls short down at the 1-yard line.
Personal foul, roughing the passer, defense.
Charles, did I just hear that right? They declined the personal foul. 3 yards, they just declined them.
And I have to think that the official is thinking to himself, did I just hear that correctly, that you declined that one? All I can think of is that someone on the field got confused.
Must have.
It had to, because you're going to take the yards on that penalty each and every time.
They come out here in the eye. They'll run forward with Tariq Cohen. And he's in. Front Eagles timeout. touchdown number 20 on the year. And the Eagles add 6 to their lead. And that'll give them a 2-score lead here, but I'm looking ahead. They just want to hold it for the final moments here in the second quarter. They don't want to give up anything on the other side.
No, not at all, because if they don't, it almost had the feel of an imposing their will score. And right now, they want to make sure they keep that and carry it into the second half.
This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or two shy of the 30. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And unfortunately, he's able to reel it back in, but it's going to go down as a big loss here on the play.
Well, that was a big oops right there. But how about his ability to correct it? Loses the football, able to get it back himself.
Yeah, pounced right back on it, keeps possession. So we've reached halftime here, and it's our visitors, the Eagles, leading this one. As we send you cross-country to our EA Sports Studios in Orlando with our halftime report, here's Larry Ridley.
So here we go. Let's take a look at some of the highlights from the first half. Midway through the first quarter, the catch is made after a quick pass, and it's caught for the touchdown as they get out to a 7-0 lead. Now after the fumble, Hunt's going to duck out to the left, and he'd go in for the 8-yard touchdown. That puts them on top by 14. First and 10. Goff's got the completion here, and he's going to go 75 yards for the score, cutting the deficit to 7. Now first and 10, under pressure here, and the ball is picked off. Johnson's going to run it all the way back for the score. Rams tied up at 14. First and 10. Quick pass and completion is made, and he'll win the sprint to the end zone. The Eagles up now by 7. Eagles with the ball late in the half.
Well, Larry, I know it's late there in Orlando. This is a school night. Folks eager to get right back to the action here in the third quarter. Sammy Coates now to return it. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Carson Wentz and the Eagles make their way out to the field. And it was somewhat of a strange first half. He threw 3 interceptions, yet you look at the scoreboard, they've got the lead.
So you know what I think he did at the half? He stood up in front of the team, especially in front of the defense, and said, thank you. Appreciate what you've done. You guys have picked me up in a big way. And guess what? I'm going to get back to being who I am, which is pretty darn good. Let's go play the second half.
They'll rifle this one deep right side. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down. Well, the numbers have been good in the passing game, and certainly a big reason why they have the lead. But now here, third quarter, maybe go to the run game a little more?
Yeah, perhaps. I mean, after that incompletion, a little credit to the defense for shutting them down on that play. Maybe you try and run the football a little bit more in this spot. But they have to feel good about how they've been throwing it overall.
Once again here on 2nd and 10. The screen pass here to Cohen. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. Completed pass on 2nd down. Now it's 3rd down as the defense looks for the stop. Now it's Hunt. And the spin looked pretty, but more for style points as the real estate evaporated quickly there. 3 yards won't be enough here as that'll bring up 4th down.
Now that was a big-time play by the defense. They as well knew where the first down line was, and they didn't let them get anywhere near it.
call here. They need 2 yards in their own territory on 4th down, and they're going to go for it. They do go for it. It's Wentz. Pass incomplete, but the flag in the backfield, and this might be a roughing call.
Pushing foul, roughing the passer, defense.
Well, they'll get the yardage, but they hate to see him take that hit.
You're always trying to cool off a big-time guy throwing the ball, but you have to know when to back off, pull up, and not hit him. There's the penalty.
They'll run again with Hunt. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. Wentz to throw on 2nd down. He's got his man on the crossing route.
Holding, offense.
The guilty party chants Warmack, the guard out of Alabama. Now Wentz throwing on 2nd down. Out to the left there and complete to Howard. A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for 3rd down.
And there's another completion to the tight end. And let's face it, it is hard to overthrow a 6'6" target.
It is indeed. Quarterbacks like their speed guys. They like that huge 6'6" target that they've got in him.
They really do, and it reminds me of what one great tight end told me once. He had told his quarterback, just make sure you throw it up there. You know, kind of like put up on the top shelf where the kids can't get it.
And 12 yards that time and picking up the first. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
This complete left side to Aguilar. The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've hit 2 for 4 thus far. They're looking at 3rd in the nose of the football. Wentz. And he's going to drop this off to his fullback. No gain at all on the play there. That brings up 4th. Well, he caught it right at the line of scrimmage, and before he could even think about advancing it forward, he got hit.
Great tackling, because that's what you're taught. Don't give up yards after the catch, and most offenses make a living off of yards after catch. Those hidden yards that may not go into the score sheet, but they count big for moving the ball and stretching the field. Really nice open field tackle.
They run for it with Hunt, and he will have a first down at about the 21-yard line. It's a gain of 5, and they're able to convert here on 4th and inches.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. And this seemingly endless drive continues. Here's the backup running back, Carlos Williams. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. So they're still at the original line of scrimmage here. 2nd down and 10. Working from the gun, Wentz. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. LaShawn Sims with the INT. He's at the 30. The 20, 10, and he will score. Touchdown, LA.
Well, partner, I do know this. If you're a defensive back, you have more chances to make a team now than ever because people are using 5 defensive backs, 6 defensive back packages. Not exclusively, but way more than before. That was a nickel package there, and what a pickoff.
Why is that? Why are they using that more?
Because more people are throwing the ball on earlier downs than ever before. This has become a passing league, and because of that, more defensive backs on the field on most plays.
This is taken at his 4. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. Here's the Philadelphia offensive unit now as they head out to take over possession. And last time, decent field position through the pick 6. Obviously costly.
But they can't afford to just bunker in now. All right? Good field position means go ahead and attack on offense. Try and press the advantage a little bit. They just have to be better with the football on this possession.
So the last one didn't bother you too much last time?
No, because it's exactly what you're supposed to do. You can't have good field position, not try to take advantage of it. Sometimes the defense makes a good play, too.
Offense still needing 10 yards. Second down. They run with Hunt. And room to run as he's up past the 35-yard line. A nice job to get 8 there after the incompletion, and now they'll look at a 3rd and 2 coming up. And third quarter here, you've got the lead. This is where that strong run game can really benefit you. Stayed in bounds there, kept the clock going.
I like all the points you just made there. And if you throw the football and it's incomplete, now you stop the clock, and you've helped out the guys on the other side of the ball. So keep it in the hands of those runners. Keep moving it. Keep grinding clock.
Wentz looking to throw on 3rd and 2. He's going to loft one deep over the... That's caught inside the 20. Touchdown, Philadelphia. A big play there with his 19th touchdown, his 2nd of the game. And the Eagles add on to their lead. Always important to get the first score of the second half. Now you start to pull away a little bit and get some breathing room going.
And now we find out about the fortitude of the group that's behind, because they were counting on getting into the game a little bit more, right? Maybe they get the first score. That doesn't happen. It looks almost insurmountable, but it's not. Let's see how hard they play the rest of the game.
This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And the Rams now coming out on the field. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. Six yards to go here on second down. He'll drop to throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And it's picked up by the Eagles. And they will set up shop with outstanding field position in the red zone at the 17-yard line. So the defense there, opportunistic.
It's nice to give them credit, isn't it? Because so many times it's more a matter of what the offensive guy didn't do. Didn't secure the ball, didn't cover up. In this case, just give credit to where it belongs. Knocked it free, made a big play.
7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
An opportunity to get a drive started here at the end of the third quarter. What you're trying to do is break the game down a little bit. Don't let your guys see too deep into the game, into the future, and say, oh, we got to get here. No, right here, right in front of them. Melt the clock down, get to the fourth quarter, try and keep going.
And try to keep that lead.
Exactly.
play fake. Wentz. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Good positioning, and it's picked off. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering, is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on defense? Has the scouting report changed? Are they showing him things different than what he expected? For the second week in a row, he's throwing it to the guys in the wrong color shirts.
Yeah, he better figure, whatever the reason is, he better figure it out.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. 1 quarter remains here as we wrap up the week on a Monday night. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. It's the Rams trailing, but they do have the football as we start the 4th and final quarter. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Looking middle, and it's incomplete.
One thing I have learned, receivers don't mind high throws so much to the sideline, but do that over the middle to them, and not only the DB's going to throw a little verbal trash their way, when they get back to the huddle, they're going to have a few words to say to their QB, aren't they?
Yeah, hung out to dry a little bit there on the high throw. Luckily, fell incomplete. They'll look to throw. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. He got 18 yards out of that one, and it gets him a new set of downs. 4th quarter, every drive so critical, and you figure may only get one more shot after this, so a touchdown's imperative on this drive.
It is, but you also have to think to yourself in play calling, don't hold anything back. Don't save it for the second touchdown. You got the first one for the second one to even matter.
Looking left side for Watkins, and he's got him. And he's going to be stopped dead in his tracks, right near midfield. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling. Defensively here, you've got the cushion, but back-to-back pretty big pass plays there. Bend but don't break, but are they bending too much?
I think that they are. To me, it'd be like playing basketball, and you put up a token press. Make sure you get up there and make them eat up some time. Make it a little bit of resistance so they can't just run it right down your throat.
On the run, it's Crowell. And he's going to get this one down to the 45. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
Partner, I think from our experience together, we have learned that most offensive coordinators are going to tell you, if I'm going to run the football on first down, I've got to get at least 4 yards. They got 5 here. They got to feel pretty good about that one.
And hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose. And the Eagles have recovered.
Brandon, I don't want to violate any of our broadcasting rules by declaring a game over before it's over. But that one, that puts them in real jeopardy there.
Absolutely. It was a 2-possession game. It is a 2-possession game at this stage in the 4th. They needed points out of that drive.
And obviously now, no chance at all to get those points that they so desperately needed.
Now after the fumble recovery, it's Wentz. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect them to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
On second down, here's Wentz. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's third down.
So this is what happens when you throw interceptions. That confident veneer that you have, it's chipped away a little bit. Maybe a little bit gun-shy throwing it around.
Yeah, underthrowing him there, and you're right. Those interceptions may be in the back of his mind. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. So they pick up the first down after the run, and now they approach for the fresh set. They go play action here on first down. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
I know our vantage point might be a little bit better way throw to me. I didn't see anything open. And this play just didn't look right from the beginning.
It did not. I thought he might get outside and just chuck it away. Dangerous pass, incomplete. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. Give him 4 on the ground there. They're now left with 3rd and 6. And the defense searches for one more stop here after the run on 2nd down. Now Wentz on 3rd down. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked off inside the 5. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offensive coordinator, quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm.
And give him 17 yards that time as that'll move the chains.
So much for him being bottled up throughout the day. Finally finds a way to break through and get a really nice gain. The defense had felt great about what they had going. Now they've got to turn their attention to getting it back in that direction. Can they bottle him up again? Because I'd say after that run, confidence is pretty high for him.
7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. Those short little routes probably going to be open. The defense, they'll let those happen, especially when they can make an inbounds tackle.
Yeah, where's Coach Madden when you need him? He always talked about taking what the defense gives you, but sometimes you have to know when you have to take more. That was one of those situations.
And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete. So he can't hang on, and as I watch that unfold, I remembered an expression that I've heard, maybe from you, I don't know, but you're going to get hit anyways, might as well hold on to the ball.
Well, you know a coach said that, right?
Yeah.
Not an actual player. Not a chance at all. Way easier said than done.
Let's go! 3-19! Back to throw. Pressure comes, and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. It's a gain of 17 that time. And it'll be 1st down Rams. 4th down trailing in the 4th quarter. They felt compelled to go for it, and they got it.
Well, I'd look down at my play sheet, and what I would find, plays that have been successful throughout the game that have worked at the distance you need, and that's exactly what they got done.
He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out, incomplete.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe you can expect more passes like that downfield. Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout and injured player. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. So it's Rams football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Back to throw now on 1st down. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. The 1st down screen pass, good for 5. Clock continuing to roll as the Rams try to get going again. He'll look to throw. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. And now maybe they want some extra time to talk about this 3rd and long play as we'll get a timeout. As they'll talk it over here before what'll be an important 3rd down. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And this is going to be incomplete.
That one didn't quite make it to the target, but that's not always a function of the strength of the arm of the quarterback, is it? Sometimes there's just too much pressure there. In any case, the ball doesn't arrive.
Gotta try it here. He's back to throw. Now a desperation throw deep down. And this is intercepted. And that should do it. Picked by Kevin Byard. And this return is going to be halted right around the 28-yard line. Both defenses have had their struggles, but they've been good enough to get them this lead, and another nice play there to help preserve the lead.
It's been a game of punch-counter-punch, hasn't it? All throughout. But this time, the big swing was taken, and it didn't land. Nice play by them on defense.
They'll begin the drive with Hunt. And some space here. Space to maneuver at the 40. 25 yards the pickup there, and also a first down.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the fourth as it was way back in the first, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
And the Rams are going to go ahead and take another timeout. That'll leave them with just one remaining in this fourth quarter of play. Wentz going to throw. Throw left side complete. That's Hodges. Now the defense will burn their third and final timeout. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. Wentz now on first down. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked off at the 11. And he's into the clear. And they will finally stop him as he's down to the 40-yard line. Now the Rams offense, they work their way back on the field. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. And on 2nd and 10 now. Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping.
Encroachment, defense.
So they got him coming up from his linebacker spot.
And sometimes the position designation really doesn't matter. If you creep up to the line of scrimmage, you just have to look for the football. Make sure it moves before you do.
And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here.
Encroachment, defense.
So they don't even need to run a second down play. Give them the first.
And typically when we see this jumping, isn't it usually 3rd down, 4th down? They got them on 2nd down. I think that's a lack of discipline.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And he's going to be dropped. Back at the 15-yard line. Counting down to 30 seconds remaining. And the spike comes here, and that stops the clock at 25 seconds. They got to have 6 here. It's 3rd and goal. Back to throw here. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down.
Holding, offense.
Well, there have been a ton of sacks. They were just trying to prevent another.
So what you're telling me is the conventional way has not really worked for them, huh?
Not at all.
Not at all. So he tries to grab him here, and they still get caught.
Here we go. Now back to throw. And it's caught. He's got it for a late touchdown, but probably a little too late. It would take a miracle of epic proportions if they're going to pull this one off. Coming from where they were, they knew this was going to be tough, but they got the touchdown. Now they need the miracle, the onside kick and a little extra.
Yeah, and you have to get the onside kick and not have the ball bounce around a lot and eat up time. You want to be able to grab it, possess it, and get your offense out there for what you just termed a miracle last chance.
And the Eagles are going to recover. And that might be enough to put a bow on this one. They had to go for it with no timeouts remaining, though now. This one's as good as over.
They gave it an effort. They tried their best, did everything they could to try and get the ball on the onside kick. You're exactly right. They had to try it. It was their only option. And now this game is done. Just take it, kneel, and call it a day. I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive.